Okay. Capitulum undecimum corpus humanum. Oratio initialis. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum. Benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. So, on to chapter 11. Does anybody really remember where we left off? I am sorry to say I don't recall. I think we covered the first two sections. Is that right?
I don't recall either. I mean, I know I did the work for the second section, but not the third section, but I don't remember how far we read in
I
last
think
time.
we went to the second. Let me back up. This is the third.
I'm pretty sure we read the first one, but I'm not sure about the second section. Maybe we did.
I thought we had read the second one.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks. It wouldn't hurt to go over it again.
So, oh, there's Alex. The second section is where they basically call for the doctor because Quintus fell from the tree.
I don't think we did that because I remember when I was reading it, I was amused at the scene between Amelia and Sierra, off to the side. And I don't think we did that out loud.
Okay. No, we did not.
What was that, Michael?
No, we didn't. I guarantee.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've read this chapter so many times in preparation, I couldn't remember whether I had done it or class or not. Okay.
I don't even remember section 1, to tell you the truth. I've been working on chapter 9, and at the end of the class, I've got the homework.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Check, and it keeps coming back wrong, and I know my answers are right, so I don't know what they want from me. I'm about ready. I was going to say I give up, or quit, forget about it.
Yeah, well, you can always email me, okay?
Yeah, I know, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I'm not that type of.
In fact, the thing to do is like take a screenshot, put it in the email, and said, "Hey,
that's
on here."
That's what I was going to do earlier today, but I go, no, maybe I'm misspelling a word wrong.
Well, there comes a point in time where you have banged your head against the wall a sufficient number of times that you really should stop doing that, or you'll need to seek medical attention.
Yeah, first I tried just the abbreviation like nominative or just nom, and then I did nominative, and I did nominativus, and I know that's the correct answer, but it kept coming back, check answer, wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see. Yeah.
When you finished reading this, did you conclude that this is probably the goofiest chapter that we've had?
Oh, 100%.
This is a really goofy chapter.
It is. I wouldn't use the word goofy. I would have used the word maybe silly, but we're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah, silly doesn't begin to describe what a goofy chapter this is.
But the silliness helps me to remember it, though. It's like a bad commercial that sticks in your head and doesn't go away. It did what it was supposed to do. It stuck in your head, even though you may not like it.
But they lead you to think that, okay, we've got this doctor who's going to do this great work. And he's an imbecile.
Yes, he is, actually.
We know that Sarah is stupid because she has bad ears, according to the author of this passage. And so even Sarah says this guy is an imbecile.
Yep, stultus.
And so when you have Sarah saying that really is a pretty damning thing to say about what's going on.
Yeah, well, and now keep in mind, and that was something. Let's see, how do I want to put this? I thought it was horribly unfair of portraying the doctor as a total idiot. because Roman doctors were actually, on the average, pretty good. Now, of course, even today you have quacks. You had quacks back then as well. But the doctors in the or at least the trained ones in the Roman Empire, had a lot of experience with battle injuries. And so they actually learned a great deal of medicine. And so for a doctor to give him a bleeding, or let's see, what's the
Bloodletting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is rather ridiculous.
So we have dialogue like, the doctor sees the boy sleeping.
Yes.
The doctor says, the boy is sleeping.
Well,
And then Sarah says, what did he say?
well, okay.
Amelia says, the doctor says the boy is
Okay,
sleeping.
keep in mind, though, that they were showing you the grammar of each of those forms.
I understand, but it gets to the point where it's just absurd, the whole dialogue. And then the
Okay.
doctor sees the boy's eyes are not open. Then what does the doctor say? The doctor says the boy's eyes are not open. I would, if I'm the family, I say, doctor, you can do better than just telling us that the boy is sleeping and the boy's eyes
yeah.
are not open.
I agree. I
It
agree.
just, yeah, like this chapter, it sent me over the edge a little bit, like not in a not like angry way, just like, oh my gosh, this is so hysterical. I can't get over it. Things like the doctor says his tongue is red. What did he say? He said his tongue is red. Oh my gosh.
At what
Well,
point does
keep
Julius
in mind
says,
that Julius and Amelia and Sarah translate into Larry, Moe, and Curly.
at what point does Julius say, is there another doctor in Tusculum?
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is I kind of appreciate you. It sounds like you guys are into the story. I'm just reading it for the grammar and for that repetitive
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like I
that's why
said, it does the purpose of a bad commercial. The way they have it, he structured the chapter and how he did it was to reinforce those particular points. And yes, it is silly and it's goofy, but like I said, that made it amusing enough for me to read it and understand it, and the repetition of the different forms helped it to stick in my head until I blew my computer up. I had to take a couple of days off.
Well,
But
it does have the locative and the vocative.
Oh yeah, it's got everything in
And
there.
not many chapters have both.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Whoops, where's my, oh, sorry. I wanted to mention a couple things and then we'll get into the readings. I went ahead, these are the same charts from last time, by the way. Just to redo the third declination. So declination, good grief. Declension. Hey, it was the American Astronautical Society convention that I attended. So if I say declination instead of declension, please excuse me. But I also threw in a review of the other declensions. First, second, which you've had. Third, which is, examples of what this guy is. And then I even threw in the fourth and the fifth, just so you can see it. You don't have to really memorize it yet. We'll get them in the future. But you can see it's in some ways it's a much easier. These two guys the fifth declension is pretty easy because it only has a few nouns and they all follow a pretty similar form, really close to what the third declension looks like. And then fourth is a little weird because those are US ending words. So I just thought I'd throw that in. And yes, the new part is the accusativus cum infinitivo, which is really why they were repeating the same thing over and over again. And that is just an infinitive that can be added to an accusative noun to indicate what that noun is doing. So in English, we would not do it that way. Julius puerum vocare audit. In English, we might say, Julius hears the boy singing. Okay, vocare. Literally, this means Julius hears the boy to sing. Okay.
Or to call.
Sorry, call. What am I say? Singing. Thank you. I'm still a little frostbitten. Yeah, here's the boy calling. Or you might translate it as Julius hears that the boy is calling. Okay. Again, they would use this accusative with the infinitive. So just, be aware of this. And it's used in anything related to perceiving. It can be hearing, seeing, feeling, smelling, thinking, ordering. It's used with quite a few. It's a very common construction. Let's see what else. It's also used in oratio obliqua, or indirect speech is probably the best way to translate that.
Michael,
So,
could you go back to the last screen?
this one?
Yeah. So Julius Puerum Perteritum esse vidit.
Yeah.
There's I know you've probably covered this before, but the essay without the macron means is the to be.
Correct.
Right. But the essay with the macron over the first E, that's to eat, a dere, or whatever it is.
Yeah, let's see. Let me get
because that shows up when in the passage where his mother offers him an apple and he's unable to eat. I think
that's right. Yeah.
what it says.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure I read that correctly.
Yes.
So when you have essay with no macron, it's the to be verb. When you have essay with the macron over the first E, it's the a dere, or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just like it follows the same pattern as est with a short E is. Is est, he is. Whereas if you go and make it long, is est, it means he eats. So, okay. Anything else? Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah, the indirect speech. So, medicus puerum dormir dicit. The doctor says the boy is sleeping. Then medicus, lingua eius rubra est. Sira, quid dicit? Emilia, dicit linguam eius rubram esse. This is something that is really, oops. I see what I did. Let's see if I can make that can I make that a better quote mark? No, let's see if I can get that to behave itself. No, all right, I'll just do that. Sorry. I like my quote marks to match. Oh, there it is. I got it matching. There we go. Yeah, this construction is all over the Vulgate. Can you go over dicit versus dicit? Oh, that's a short I. Dicit. There is no.
In the first medicus puerum dormiri, you have a macron over the I.
Oh, you know what? Well, it is supposed to be an I there. There we go. There. Yeah, Dico. It's got a long I. D-I-C-O. I don't know if you can see it terribly well. Oh, it's a short I. Oh, okay. Well, I was right the first time. Whoops, hold on. Let me fix that. Yeah, the long I is when I believe the long I appears in the past participle.
Wait, isn't it
Oh,
supposed
wait,
to
wait,
be
wait,
long?
wait. I'm on the
Isn't
wrong
that supposed
one.
to? Isn't
I'm
that
on the
supposed to be
wrong
long?
one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay.
I think Teresa's right. I think
Yeah,
it's
no, Tarika's
long
right.
I.
Dico is to proclaim, whereas dico is to say or to speak. Wow. Okay. Let me get this all fixed here. Oh, no. I'll get that right. Hold on.
Are we talking about two different verbs?
Yes. Let me,
Oh, geez.
okay. All right. Here we go. Let me get this straight. There we go. All right. Dico. Oops. Hold on. Come on now. There we go. Dico. Dicere. Dixie.
What?
I cannot type. What is going on here? There we go. Is to speak or to say, okay? And that's the one you've actually had so far. If we take off the I, dico, this is, I believe, let me double check. I believe it's dicare. Let's see here. Let me get it straight in my own mind. Yeah, dicavi dicatum is to proclaim, to make known. So let's copy that. There we go. And let me fix this. This is D-I-C-A-V. There we go. And dicatus. There we go. So yeah, this means to speak or say. This means to proclaim or make known. But the one I really wanted was dico with the long I.
So the pronunciation of it is it's dico and then dico,
yeah.
or is okay. So it's not just the holding of the vowel a little bit longer with the macron. It is also.
Let me go ahead and clean that up.
Okay.
Since the ending is long. Yeah, dico.
Okay.
I speak. Dico, I am proclaiming. So, and not to diss the Pius X folks, but that's why I like long and short vowels. So,
is that right? With the macron over the I for dico?
Yep.
And shouldn't it?
What?
I'm sorry. Yeah. No. Okay. No, you're right. Okay. No, it's the macron that threw me off. Never mind. Because in the dictionary they show it, but it's not a macron. It's like it's a little smile, and I thought that was
Yeah. See, I can do this.
Or to try to show you it's a short vowel and not a long one.
There.
Yeah, there, like
there
that.
Yeah. Sometimes when it is important to distinguish the long versus the short, they will put the short in. Okay. Just so as not to confuse it. And if you have old eyes like you and I do, Michael, sometimes a little hard to tell.
Besides that, I have no memory of this class and died. Yeah.
At this time, Your Honor, you deny all knowledge, right?
Yeah, so I can't, so I'm sympathetic, so you can't arrest me.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on it as a defense. It historically,
You know,
it hasn't done very-
Michael, there are texts where they don't have the macrons.
Yep.
And, I mean,
Good point.
it's
Yep.
very interesting that you have these two words that are very similar, but I guess you just have to look at the context.
Partially. I mean, you're right. If you just say the word, if you just see DICO,
If you just see the DICO,
you have
obviously,
no idea. Okay.
right.
What's their
Except by
congregation?
context. And to a certain extent, you know, they're very similar in meaning, so you can probably not worry too much about it if the context doesn't make it clear. But keep in mind that dicit is he says, and dicat is he proclaims.
Well, I mean,
So
if it's Caesar talking, it's the deco without the macron over the I. If
well,
it's
not necessarily. Maybe Caesar is saying
but
something to
if it's
one of
Syrah
his-
or Medicus, then it's clearly it's the other.
yeah. So anyway,
Well, it depends on this. If he's in the Roman Senate, I would agree with you.
Unless it's the medicus proclaiming the fact that the kid is asleep.
yeah.
That would
No,
make it even
well,
more
no, we
silly.
have. I'm pretty sure. No, we've got the macron is on all of these. Let's see. Yeah, see, dicit. There's a macron over the and well, and it's also an it ending, so you know it's the say one as opposed to the proclaim one. So, at least in this section. So, okay, where was I? Let's see. Whoop, come on now. There. Where was I? Oh, okay. Where we got on that. This construction is very common in the Vulgate. Okay. You will see places where Jesus says something or prophet says something, and when they are repeating that, like he said this, that, or the other thing, then they will use this sort of construction. Okay. So just be aware of it. You won't see it in the liturgy that much because we're not usually quoting somebody who's quoting somebody else, if you follow that. So, but it's that's the construction the Vulgate uses when somebody is quoting somebody else. So
Michael,
yeah,
so when you have that construction, that last one, dicit linguam eius rubrum esse, essentially what's happening is that which is in the quote within the quote, that becomes like an object, and that's why it's in the accusative.
yeah, that's my theory anyway. Yeah. And what you'll see in
as opposed to dicit quae.
yeah. And by the way, what you will often see in Vulgates is not quote marks, but these funny greater than, less than signs. Okay, that's what's frequently in the Vulgate. The way they type it, they don't use the quote marks. It's going to depend on the publisher as to whether they use the quote marks or these. In the Nova Vulgata, and I'm thinking, well, hold on. Let me take a quick look in the Clementine Vulgate. Which one did they use? Well, now I got to find some place that somebody is quoting somebody. Yeah, I don't see it in this one. It's used in the, but the greater than, less than signs are used in the Nova Vulgata. I don't see it in the Clementine. So just be aware that punctuation can vary a little bit. Let's see what else. Let's see. I don't think, well, we'll wait till we get to the ablative of respect here. We'll proceed on with the story here.
Oh, you weren't going to cover that?
Oh, I am later when we get to it.
Okay.
I don't think, well, let's see. Did they have it?
Yeah, it's right there. You just passed it.
Yeah,
Line
wait.
55.
55, Nick. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, all right. Maybe I'll cover it since it's sooner than I thought. I thought it was later on. All right, I'll go ahead and do that. Recall way back when that I said the nominative is the subject, or nominativus, the accusativus, or the nominative is the doer, the accusative is the direct object, the dative is the indirect object, and the ablative usually says how the verb is accomplished. Well, this is another use of the ablative. And one of these days, I'll put together a table of all the various ablatives. But the ablative of respect, it is not refer to, like in the, who's it, Aretha Franklin that has the R-S-P-E-C-T song. Isn't that her?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't mean that kind of respect. It means as in respect to which anything is or is done. Okay. So it's in relation to something else. So we have this interesting line, nec modo pede, sed etiam capite egre est. So pede, pace, pede, so that's ablativus. Sed etiam capite, capitus, excuse me, caput, nominativus, capite, ablativus. So not just the foot, but also the head is sick or ill or broken. Ager is kind of an all-purpose word. If you look it up in
Yeah, could you interpret that also as injured?
yeah, yeah, okay. Hopefully you can see that. Ill, sick, unwell, diseased, suffering, troubled, anxious, sorrowful. It's got a uncomfortable, it's got quite a range of meanings. I don't, but yeah, even wounded would work. So, yeah, and there is stories about the ague, A-G-U-E, which I believe is actually fever isn't that mean fever in English these days?
It was always vague as to what the actual complaint was. I gathered it was like general malaise, or
Yeah.
they weren't really defining the illness.
Oh, hold on. Dictionary. There we go. Oh, they have it meaning malaria. Okay. Or fever. Yeah. Okay. Is what my dictionary says. English dictionary, that is. But yeah, it anything that is unwell or suffering, or what was the word you used, Alex?
Well, in the case of his foot and his head, he's injured.
Injured. Sorry, that was the word. Yeah, injured works too. So if you look at, let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, that's all of it. So suffering, weak, feeble. Let's see.
I mean, that's the way we would translate it. I mean,
Yeah,
or
injured
the way
is
we would
probably,
say it.
yeah, let's do this. Injure. Let's see what all they have here. They have noceo, ledo, volo, offendo. Oh,
Well,
the kind of, no, I don't want that kind of injured. Oh, never mind. That's sometimes fun with reverse lookup in dictionaries, is they're not giving you the one that the meaning or the sense of
Well,
the
it just seems a little awkward to say his foot is unwell.
yeah, you wouldn't say that in English. Injured is better. And you wouldn't say sick either. You wouldn't say not only his foot, but his head is sick as well. Sick in the head has a very different meaning in English, usually. So,
Stultus.
So anyway, so we get another one of these. All right, so let's.
So, Michael, just before you leave, so
Mhm.
the ablative here is for pede, and are you saying in the capite is in the ablative?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, those two words are in the ablative.
Yes. Yeah, if you go back to third declension, and I stem, pace, pedes, you see that the ablative ends in E. So, all right, where were we? Here we go. All right, I'll take the first section. Julius, qui cum siro servo in atrio est, imperat, e ad oppidum sire, atque medicum accesse. So Julius is with the servant Cyrus in the atrium, and he orders him, go to the city, Cyrus, and bid the doctor to come. And that is actually a
Fetch.
pardon?
Summons.
You dropped out there, Alex. What?
Oh, summons or fetch. I think summons is a better word.
Summons, yes, but it's, oops, let me get the, there we go. It is a, so that is the infinitive is what I'm trying to tell you. See, present, oh, I'm sorry. No, it's, well, actually, this is third. Yeah, okay. So yeah, summons, to bid, to call for, invite, fetch works too. So any one of those. And I think, do they have? No, I don't think they discuss the word. Medicus tusculi habitat, Julius servum suum tusculum ire jubet, et atque medicum accessere. So the doctor lives in Tusculum, locative. So Tusculi, the locative form of cities is the same of genitive. Julius servum suum Tusculum ire. So you bet. There we go. So Julius bids or orders his servant to go to Tusculum. So motion towards, accusative there. Atque medicum accessere, and to fetch the doctor.
Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you have two sentences that translate with order. You've got imperat and you've got iubet. They both, in some sense, mean order.
Yes.
Is imperat a stronger word for order than iubet? The reason why I ask is in the companion, it translated as order or tell. And to me, tell is obviously not as strong of a word as order.
Well, you bet is, well, here, let's bring this up here. There we go. You bet is, let's see, where's the English in all this here? Okay. is to wish, to bid is really probably the best translation of that word, or closest in English. It does mean order, but it's a slightly less stronger than
That's what I was asking. Is
yeah,
imperat
imperat is really command. Okay.
right? It's a stronger order than you bet.
I would translate imperat as command.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully that shows up on the, not too small on the screen. So, all right, where was I? Okay. Cirrus equum ascendit ad oppidum it, medicum arcessit, servus cum medico ad vilam revenit. So,
Hey, Michael?
yeah.
Is it Archesset or Archesset? I'm hearing you say Archesset.
Jesset. Roll the R.
Yeah, archessit. If the C snuck into the first syllable, I apologize.
Okay, that's what I was hearing. I didn't know if it was just me or if that was actually how it was pronounced or what. Okay, thank you.
Oh, the split should be the R and between the R and the C. Archessit. Yeah, usually when there's a double consonant like that, that's where the vowel splits. Same is true of syllable splits. And when there's a double vowel, unless it's one of the diphthongs, that's also where the syllables, the split.
Like I said, I thought that was right, but my ears were hearing the Archesset, and I want to make sure that I was hearing it correctly.
Yeah, no, it's Archessit. Let's see. And then revenit. So we have venio, to come, to come, venio, venire. Revenio does not mean to come again, but actually to come back to return to. So, medicus interrogat, quis egrotat. So, who is sick? Now, we've had eger already, and we have egrotare. So, one of the things that will help you with your vocabulary is verbs and nouns in Latin have they often have the similar root. You see that to a certain extent in English. Sick is a noun. Well, no, I guess it's really an adjective. Is it a noun or an adjective? I guess
You've got sanus and sanare.
Yeah. But anyway, you have egrotare, the verb, and then eger, and as Alex pointed out, you have sanus, healthy, and sanare, to make healthy. So a lot of words have the nouns and the verbs are derived from one another. So, all right. Yes, Julius, meus quintus filius egrotat, ambulare non potest. Medicus, cur ambulare non potest. Why can't he walk? So how about somebody take the next section?
I'll give it a shot.
Sure.
Okay. Iulius, quia pes eius eger est, puer stultus est medice, nidum in arbore reperit, arborum ascendit, de arbore cadit. Now this part cracked me up. So Julius is saying his feet hurt. My kid is so stupid. He was looking for a nest, climbed a tree, and then fell down. So.
Yeah, stultus can also mean foolish.
Foolish, yeah.
Not just, stupid is generally seen as a comment on one's intelligence, although not I mean, it's got a broad meaning.
I'm just imagining this guy who's obviously wealthy, so he's got two brain cells that rub together, right?
Yeah,
and he's talking about his kid.
Yep.
So,
It makes sense to say foolish, I think.
Yeah,
I would say foolish in this case. Yeah.
I just get the impression that Julie Stokes threw up a bunch of crap. So when I read it, it was like, my kid's stupid. He did this stupid thing. All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, we do tend to a foolish thing is often said to be a stupid thing. So,
I think that's just a little ticked off at the whole situation. So, okay. Itaque pedem agrum habet nec ambulare potest. So therefore his feet hurt, now the pedem agrum habet. So he's saying that his kid has pain in his feet or has illness in his feet.
A better way is to translate that he has an injured foot.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
This is where I would, in English, I would map agrum to injured.
Okay. So nec ambulare potest, so he's not able to walk.
Yeah, and he is not able to walk, exactly.
Nec modo pede, sed etiam capite egere est. So not only can he not walk, no, modo means what now?
No, it means only or just.
Yeah.
Okay, so not only his feet, but his head is also injured or hurts.
Yes. Modo is only.
Yeah.
And now, just to warn you,
Modo keeps throwing me off because I keep thinking of mode, like method.
Well, okay, there's modo. Sorry, modo. It's a short O. I don't know if you now when I zoom, does this zoom as well? Or does the whole screen stay the same on your side?
Stays the same.
It's kind of small, but I can manage.
Well, all right, let's do this. Hold on. Let me make another chart here. Let's see, where did I put this? Come on, I did it in here someplace. Where did I insert the new?
Is it 12? Oh, there it is.
There it is. All right. Whoops. Yeah, let me clean this up. Okay. There we go. Merely, only, but, or in this case, just.
Yeah.
Now, let's go up here. And, all right, let me find it. There it is. There we go. There is also, now, oh boy. Sure, wait, let me get rid of the Greek. Yeah, you don't need to know that part either. The two words are related. Oh, this is an adverb though. Leave. Let me should have checked that first. Where is it? It should say, oh, there it is. It's up there. Yeah, see, it's an adverb. We haven't talked a whole lot about adverbs, but I mentioned that nouns, verbs have similar roots, and you'll recognize them as time goes on, but so do adverbs. So modus is a measure or a finite quantity, and then modo is by measure, or it expresses a restriction, a finite. Well, I'm trying to think of the word, but for the moment, just think of it as just. But there is a noun version of that word. Let's see here. There we go. All right.
Yeah, modus.
Yeah. Short O,
Right.
not motto.
Making them larger helps because when it looked like a macron on the small print, but when you put it on the slide, it's easier to see.
Here, I can zoom up a little. There, is that better?
Yeah.
No, but when you went to the dictionary.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, but unfortunately, there's no. Well, let's see. Maybe I can. There's no good way. There's a way to cause this to expand, and I have yet to figure it out how to trigger it. But anyway, back to
Michael,
yeah.
why did they have those short macrons in some places and not in others? I'm just curious.
To emphasize the difference between words.
Okay.
Yeah, we had
For Lewis and Short, it
yeah.
looked like they have it at the beginning of the word, but then further in they omit it.
Yeah. Well, in the dictionary entry, they want to emphasize the difference. You know,
The
we
short
saw that
vowel.
with deco and dico. So they put the long macron over the I for deco, and then the bold.
I can understand the long macron. It's the short one that you don't see that often.
Well, by default, okay, let's look at it. Aspicit. By default, all of those vowels are short.
Are short, right?
So if you wanted to, though, you could put the short marking over each and every vowel. No offense, but that tends to get a little tiresome. So they will do it where they wish to emphasize the difference between the two.
Okay.
That's usually in the dictionary entry. Okay.
It just makes clear the difference where there might be a confusion.
In fact, let's do this one. All right, there is a hic. That's hic, which which is this, but then there is a, oh, where is it? Oh, oh no, that's not the one.
The one for here, the word for here.
Yeah, but that's also the oh dear. Let's see here. Where is it? Yoo-hoo. Well, okay, that's the hoc is an adverb. Yeah, anyway, never mind. Oh, actually, that's a bad one because some folks make hic short and some folks make hic long. I've seen that both ways, and I think the correct way is short, but don't quote me. I'll have to look that. I'm looking that up to see which way it really is. But anyway, that's getting off subject. Let's see, where do we leave off? Oh, here we go. Okay. Who would like to take a crack at the next section?
Oh, I could try it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Julius medicum ad cubiculum quinti ducit, medicus cubiculum intrat, ad lectum adit atque puerum aspicit, quintus quietus super lectum iacet nec oculos aperit, medicus puerum dormire videt, medicus dicit puer dormit. Okay, so Julius leads the doctor to the bedroom of Quintus. The doctor enters the bedroom um, and goes to the bed and looks at the boy.
Mhm.
The silent Quintus lies above the bed, and I guess
Okay, super is usually above, but in this case, above
On?
would be anywhere from 0.
okay, on the bed.
Yeah, I would use on the bed there.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a strange word to use, but maybe, he had superpowers and he was, kind of
No,
floating
no, in
in
this case, it just means on the top of the bed,
on top of. Okay,
or upon. Maybe upon would be a better.
upon. Okay, upon. He lies upon the bed, and the best way I can describe that, with his eyes not open, or his eyes. Okay, the doctor sees the boy sleeping. The doctor says, the boy is sleeping.
Brainy doctor, isn't he?
If I'm Julius, I start questioning the qualifications of this doctor at this point.
Well, you've heard the joke that the doctor asks you, well, have you had this before? And you answer yes. And he says, well, you have it again, So, I'm sure that when they wrote this, they probably had a vaudeville routine in mind. So anyway.
That's like the doctor that says, yes, you have head injury, but I wouldn't worry about it. And you say back, yes, and doctor, if you had a head injury, I wouldn't worry about you either.
I hadn't heard that one. Oh dear. Okay. Who's next?
Come on, Michael.
Or Laura.
Or Laura. Or Francis.
Wait, the highlighted section?
Yep.
Oh, read it? Just read
Yes.
it? Okay. Sira quae male audit, id quod medicus dicit audire non potest. Itaque interrogat, quid dicit medicus? Emilia, in aurum sire, medicus puerum dormire dicit.
Yep. And that, I think, is the first example of the indirect address. So the doctor says the boy is sleeping. Okay. And you did so well with that. How about I give you the next one?
Oh boy, okay. Quintus oculos aperit atque medicum adesse videt. Puer, qui medicum timet, nullum verbum facere audet. Medicus, os aperi puer, linguam ostende. Sira, quid dicit medicus?
Oh, I got to give you the next one. Sorry, cut off Amelia. Go ahead.
Emilia, medicus quintum os aperire atque linguam ostendere iubet.
You might
Okay,
as well
that's
do the
fair.
rest of the whole story, Laura.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we got, let's see, how much do we have left? Oh yeah, I think it ends at this page. Well, we'll get to that. Any questions on what that means though? All right.
The word Odessa here, does that mean present? I mean, would you
Yes.
interpret that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, present here.
And then also verbum facere or facere. So it's the same thing as saying, because I was wondering when I first read that what that meant, but it means that he says a few words.
Like what? Oh,
The boy who fears the doctor does not hear the words spoken or something like that.
I'm getting the impression he's mumbling under his breath where the doctor can't hear him.
Okay.
Is that correct, Michael?
No,
Nullum verbum facere audet?
yeah, literally,
He's not making words that,
He's
Okay, this is,
That's the boy.
he hears no words spoken.
yeah, well, no, audet. It is not audio vel audire vel audit, sed audet. This will make a lot more sense when you get the right verb. Dare.
Oh,
This is not here. This is dare.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So he dares not make any word, meaning he dare not say anything.
okay, all right.
Be a
That's
better
one of
way.
those words that they do this to us a lot in this.
I have been caught by that before, by the way. It was an earlier chapter and I read it as audit and kept going on. And eventually the brain processed and said, you know, that makes no sense. Go back and read that again. And realized, oh, dare. Yeah. So.
Well, I think Teresa had it. She was closest to it.
Yeah.
When she was talking about mumbling.
Yeah. Well, in this case, he dare not say a word.
He dare not mumble.
Or well, I would say he dare not make a word.
Okay.
In other words, the Quintus is so terrified of the doctor that he was speechless.
It turns out the boy was not stultus at all. He had every reason to be concerned about this doctor.
Yeah, I was going to say he had a good reason to.
Yeah, there actually, that reminds me, there is a word for quack. Quac. Oh no, I'm gonna do English. Sorry, and I don't remember what it is, but it was quack. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Where is it? Quack, quack. No, these aren't. Let's see. Hold on. Braggart, itinerate. What is the name? Darn it. Okay, it's not the one. No, not a duck. All right, I'll have to look it up. There is also a particular word in Latin for a lawyer who is a quack. So I just thought I'll look it up just for you, Alex. I thought you might.
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair play.
Well, I'm not implying anything. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure you've run into lawyers who are.
I'm glad it was not a lawyer in this.
Well, they have another one for doctors, by the way, and I'll have to look it up. Where was I? Okay. Okay.
Michael, that medicus os operate very.
Mm-hmm. Here.
So he's saying
that's in the vocative, isn't it?
Yeah, but what's he's asking him to open what?
His mouth. Os.
Os's mouth? Oh God.
Yeah.
And stick out.
Right.
Ostende, stick out.
Yeah. Opere os puer. Open the mouth, boy. Lingua ostende, and stick out your tongue.
Out your tongue. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, every doctor says that, right?
No, correct. Yeah.
That is the vocative, isn't it?
Where?
The os?
Os, aperi, and ostende.
No. Well, okay. Puer is technically vocative, but since it's an ER ending second declension noun, we don't change.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say imperative.
Imperative, yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and os is a neuter noun. So the accusative form is the same as the nominative form.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to say imperative.
Yes, imperative. Both are imperative.
Well, oh boy.
What?
I'm having a problem with that. Operi.
Okay.
That means that You're saying that's a noun? Isn't
Oh,
that
no.
a verb?
Os is the noun. Aperi is the verb.
Okay.
Remember
Osi.
we said something last week about, ostium was a door, an opening.
Yeah, I
So,
remember that. Yeah.
so os is the opening in your head. It's your mouth.
Yep.
Does that help you remember?
Yeah. Not really, but I'll work on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and aperi is you can think of as open, uncover, reveal,
Aperture.
aperture. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
and then in the Salve Regina, ostende.
Ostende, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
This is the beginning of Cyrus's questions.
Yeah.
Cyrus questions.
yeah, now we're gonna do.
Yes.
Let's see, yeah, we read that part. Okay, next part.
Michael. Come on, Michael.
Come on,
You
you
can
can
do it.
I'm not ready for this, but I'll do it. I haven't even looked at this chapter to be honest, chapter to be honest.
Well, we're all friends here.
Well, look at it this way. You're working on chapter 9, right?
Yes, sir. Still.
Well, chapter 11 is harder. So when you go back to chapter 9, it'll seem easier.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to send you that email.
Yeah, and keep saying that over and over again, and maybe you'll believe it.
Oh, no, there's no place like home, and I click my heels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead and read it.
Oh God. Quintus os operat atque medico linguam ostedium.
Yeah.
Medicus linguam eos rurum es
Essay. Short ease.
essay vidit.
Uh-huh.
Medicus lingua eos rubre est
Rubra.
rubra. Okay, rubra est Syrah quid dicit, and then Amelia dicit, linguam eos ubrum est.
Essay. Yeah.
Essay.
Essay.
Essay. Okay.
Want to take a stab at translation?
Quintus. I guess Quintus is asked that. I guess he opens his mouth for the doctor to look at. I guess, and then the doctor.
Hold on, you got to do this part. Atque medico linguam ostendit.
Okay.
He extends his tongue to the doctor. Basically, he sticks his tongue out at the doctor.
Okay.
That
You
has
always
another
do when he
meaning.
says stick out your tongue, right? You open your
Yeah,
mouth, and stick out your tongue.
That has a different connotation.
Okay, I suppose you have a point there. Yeah, sticking out your tongue is, well, he probably should stick out his tongue at this doctor. Anyway, medicus linguam eos rubrum esse videt.
Okay, Rubin. I'm trying to think of Rubin. What the give me a moment. So the doctor sees his tongue.
Yep.
And rubram. I don't know what that. I've lost that.
Red.
With that. Pardon?
Red.
Oh, red.
Yeah.
So his tongue is red. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you are an old altar boy, right?
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
I lost all my magical powers.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. But in the old hand missals, and for that matter, on the cards, you would have used to serve mass.
Right.
What was the red part called?
That was what the priest says, and then a response.
No. The red was the directions, the rubrics.
Oh, okay. Oh, God.
You do the red and you read the black.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see. Think of rubies. What's the color of a ruby?
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So rubra is red.
Okay.
So
And-
anyway, yeah, he again, this brilliant doctor sees the tongue and said, "Yep, it's red."
And then, yeah, that's what he says in the next sentence. It
Yeah.
is red. And then Sirius says, what did he say?
Yeah.
And then Amelia, ducit linguam ius rubrum est. And she just reinforces that she says that he said that the tongue is red.
Yeah.
I'll stop
And
there.
I'm just imagining Amelia's face as she leans over to Sierra.
Well, maybe.
Well, now wait a minute. It gets better. There's Adam. Oh, Adam joined
Oh
us.
boy.
Okay. Here we go. It even gets better. All right, I'll do this part. Only
Cool.
because I thought this was okay. I used the word ridiculous, Alex, not the word. What would you say?
Okay.
What's the word you went? No, I forgot. Oh man.
Ludicrous.
I'm still spread between Colorado and here, I'm afraid. Anyway, medicus etiam dentes quinti spectat, et inter dentes albos unum nigrum videt. Non sanus est dens qui colorem nigrum. I should have you read this one, Teresa, now that I think about it. Nigrum habet. Medicus puer dentum egrum habet. Quintus, sed dens nolet, ergo dens eger non est, pes dolet, et caput. So, the doctor also sees that, he also looks at the Quintus' teeth, and among the white teeth, his white teeth, is a black tooth. And then they go, non sanos est dens qui colorem nigrum habet, namely,
He's got dirty teeth.
well, boy, I guess you can't really do that directly because not healthy is the tooth which has a black color. In other words, a black tooth is not a healthy tooth. There you
This sounds racist.
go. Could be. Well, I hate to say it, but that's actually where that word came from. It really did mean black, but unfortunately, it devolved into a racial slur more than anything else. But anyway, the doctor says the boy has a bad tooth. See, this is where you got to be a little careful. We wouldn't say a sick tooth.
Right.
But so agrum just means not functioning.
Healthy. Yeah, not healthy.
Yeah, not healthy. So it can be an injury or an illness. Let's see, where was I? It's but it's not his tooth that hurts or is suffering. Therefore, his tooth is not injured.
No, he's not saying his. He's because he's referring to himself.
Oh, I'm sorry, Quintus. I misread that. Sorry, you're right. But it's not the tooth that hurts. Therefore, it's not injured. It's the foot that hurts and the head.
Right.
Sorry, I was thinking Julius was saying that. So
And
anyway,
what's left unsaid is, doctor, get your head out of your butt.
well, we'll get to that in a minute. That's in the next section. Anyway, okay, so.
Oh, you're skipping over Syrah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. I am. All right, I'll do Sarah. Quid dicunt, Emilia, medicus dicit, quintum dentum egrum habera, et quintus dicit, pedum et caput dolere, dolera non dentum. Emilia, the doctor said Quintus has a bad tooth, and Quintus said my foot and my head hurt, not the tooth. And dolora is, I suppose I should make a comment here. If you look up dolo, D-O-L-O, whoops, sorry, got to do the Latin, D-O-L-O.
Yeah, in Spanish is dolor.
Yeah. Whoops, wait a minute. I have the wrong one.
The Via Dolorosa.
Yeah, where is the
Good point.
hold on here. Where is it? This is not the verb I want. Yeah, sorrow. Oh, painful. That's the word.
Painful. Via dolorosa.
Dolorous, yeah. So dolosis is oh darn it, where is it? Dolo, to chip with an axe or hew. No, that's not the right one.
Dolet, D-O-L-E-T,
Uh
to look up.
oh, here, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Oh yeah, it's doleo. Oh, good. I left. That's right. Dolet, doleo. There we go. To feel pain, to suffer, to be in pain, to ache. Michael, I totally overlooked. I had the wrong first
Okay.
person.
Well, once I made a contribution. That's good.
Well, hey, to grieve for, lament, to be sorry, to be afflicted. So that's why the Via Dolorosa, the sorrowful way. So a bunch of words that have that base. Where were we here? Let's see. Okay. So how about somebody go to the end? Adam was here. Adam, there we are. How about you go to the end?
Plain chicken.
If you're speaking, Adam, you're on mute. Oh, I think he's got technical difficulties, maybe.
Or maybe he went on a potty break or something.
Oh, well. Okay, Teresa, since it's
I can do it. Since we're talking about teeth. All right. Iulius, non dentum sed podem modo is it modo?
Modo.
Okay. Modo. Why do I keep wanting to say modo? I for some reason I can't get the long O out of my head.
You're going to catch me say modo every once in a while as well, because Quasimodo, in English, that would be a long O.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try it again. Iulium non dentum sed pedem pedumata sana medice medicus. And is it medicus or medicus? I keep saying medicus too. I keep wanting to lengthen out my vowels.
No long you there.
Okay, medicus pedum quinti spectat adque digitum ad pedem apponent. Medicus pedem eius tangit. Where digitum medici in pede suo sentit. Quintus, based on it. Okay, so Julius is saying not the teeth, but only the foot need healing. Is it need healing?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, okay. Sana is the heal the foot.
Okay.
Sana, sanare, sano is to heal, from which we have the adjective sanus. But that's the verb. That's the imperative form of the verb.
So he's telling the doctor, just heal the foot. Don't mess with the teeth.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I wondered. I had trouble translating that, and I wondered. It just didn't make sense. Now it's the imperative. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and the sneaky indication there is that long A. There is no long A ending in a first declension noun. It'd be sana, sane, sanam, sana, sanarum, etc. Sanus, plural. So it's subtle because we have had sanus earlier, but that's actually the verb imperative. Go ahead, Teresa.
Okay, so medicus pedem quinti spectat. So so now the doctor's looking at the foot, and he's taking his fingers, his digits,
Yep.
and touching the foot.
Mhm.
So then, Puer, who's Quintus, digitum media. Okay, so now the kid feels the doctor messing with his foot. Hey, that hurts.
Yep. Yes.
So I guess the doctor's not being very delicate either. Not only is he stupid, he's
Well, but I
awkward.
mean, how many times you've been to the doctor with an injury and they touch it or try to see what's going on, and
Yeah.
so I will give that much to the doctor, but we will see later on. Oops, I gotta log in again. Timeout. Come on. Yeah, where were we? Let's see here. Yeah, we'll find out in let's see, yeah. This section. There we go. Sira stultus es medicus neque cor neque cerebrum habet.
He has neither heart nor brain.
Our brain, yes. Yeah, so we'll and this is from Sira, who's not exactly the brightest bulb on the tree either.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see that. So any questions on section 2 or the grammar or what? All right, so next time, see, I think that's everything in here. Yeah. So chapter 11, part 3. We will have class the 15th. And I don't know what else to add to that other than any questions.
We can eat meat that day.
Yes, we can. Although class historically, Lent was meat-free the entire 40 days.
Oh, okay. I take that back.
So, well, that got changed, fortunately. I do know a number of Eastern Orthodox and Eastern Catholics who follow that tradition, and I have to be rather impressed by that. And in fact, the oldest form of the fast was there were no animal products. So that meant no meat, no eggs. I don't think even milk was allowed, for example. That's where we got the pretzel, which is basically flour and water pretty much, and a little bit of yeast.
I used to be friends with a lady who's Greek Orthodox, and she was explaining, when Lent was coming, she basically had to clean her house out. They had a really, really restrictive diet during that time.
Yeah, well, we did too originally. It gradually softened over time for a lot of different reasons. In fact, oddly, one of the more interesting critiques of Islam was that Christianity had so many more fast days than Islam. They were a bunch of lazy bums, is what that essentially amount to. So I was somewhat amused by that as well. But and there were days. There were days that Sundays the fast was, well, sorry, we would call it abstinence. Some days the East calls a fast what we call abstinence. Okay. On Ash Wednesday, it really is fast and abstinence, where we limit the food and no meat. Most of Lent traditionally was no meat, but it was also not, was abstinence, not fast. So, and the monks used to, in the monasteries, used to brew a very nourishing beer that they would drink throughout Lent. It had a great deal of carbohydrates in it. And I've known people who have actually brewed that particular version of monastic beer and sustained themselves on it through the better part of Lent. So
it doesn't ferment? Do they have the alcohol in it too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, okay. The
It's not.
reason, yeah, it was very common to have a wine or beer of some sort, and that had more to do with the quality of the water. The alcohol and the fermentation process tended to kill the bad stuff.
Yeah, they did something with bees too. They made they pasteurized beer with.
Yeah, back when we still had cholera.
Yep, yep. And so,
Oh, now your thing works. Interesting.
yeah, so, but, today you can, in fact, today you can go into a store that sells alcohol, and you can find a number of the monastic ales that have as much as 13% by volume alcohol,
Oh yeah, it's
roughly
special.
roughly equivalent to wine, which is usually around 12%.
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
guess if you drink enough of that stuff, you won't care if you're hungry or not.
Well, no,
on them too. I've had them in the past.
that is more of a modern development. Most of the beers were much lighter in alcohol, maybe 3% or so, maybe 4. So you could actually drink quite a bit of it before you
Before you pass
Didn't care anymore.
didn't care anymore. So the high alcohol, excuse
It's
me.
either an Egyptian brew or Arab brew. It's a Arabic brew. It's like almost 26% alcohol.
Yeah,
If you get that, geez.
yeah. Don't drink too much of that. But anyway, February 15th.
Oh, you got it.
And we'll finish up here, and then Michael, I'll stay late, and you can ask me the
Oh,
question.
you know what? I'll tell you what. Instead of holding you up, go ahead. I've got the stuff. Thank God I bought the workbook itself, hard copy, so I can write it down.
Uh-huh.
So I have it, and I'll just transpose it again onto their answers and send it, and then do check, and then I'll make a screenshot of that and send it to you.
Sure, no
Easy.
problem.
I know I've got the right answers, unless they're digging me for misspelling omnitus or not.
Well, I try to get to at least the fill in the blank exercises.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
what I'm
lot of reason for me to do the pensums where I write sentences down and then grade myself. That seems a little, strange.
Yeah, Michael, there was one exercise that I was on that I swear I had the right answers in, and they told me they were wrong, so I went and changed them. They were still wrong, and I changed them again. They were still wrong. So I just think that every now and then you may hit a spot where there was a glitch in their computer program.
Yeah, there was a set of exercises that were all mixed up.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, that exercise 9 in chapter 9, and I swear I know I've got the right answers, and if these are wrong, then I'm quitting this class.
Although the ones I'm mentioning that were all mixed up were actually pensums that I had to grade. So, well, anyway.
And when
Yeah,
they ask
do that, send it to me, and we'll see.
real quick, when they ask for the nominative, do they want it in English nominative?
Let's do the concluding prayer, and then we'll jump over to 9, okay? Because it's getting close to
it's witching time.
Yeah, pumpkin time.
All
right.
Okay.
Oratio finalis. Let me mute everybody. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie. Et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitimus debitoribus nostris. Et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. And so with that, I will.
Out of curiosity,